Drag Racing Series revs up their season here in Pomona, California, and the search is on to find out just who can beat Rick Santos, the four-time Federal Mogul Top Fuel champion. Santos won 12 out of 16 races last year, including 7 national events. And the Top Fuel dragsters aren't the only ones here this weekend. Strap in for Federal Mogul Funny Car and 6 other sportsman classes, all coming up next. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, presents the National Hot Rod Association, celebrating 50 years of power. Today, we kick off the Federal Mogul Sportsman Championship season at the AutoZone Winter Nationals from Pomona Raceway in Pomona, California, under Chamber of Commerce weather conditions. Temperature's going to hit 84 degrees today. Hello again, everybody. I'm Marty Reed, alongside the wizard of sportsman. Well, let's Mogul Funny Car action. And in the far lane, that's Ed Marks making the burnout. Qualified number 9. And over in the near lane, well, it's going to be Steve Gasparelli. He qualified number 1 with a 5.61 second blast at 2:51.
That wasn't exactly a classic burnout right there. They could be in trouble.
Let's go to Dave Reef.
Well, this is Bucky Austin, who in the heat of the day ran his best time slip of the weekend with a 5:77. Things looking good.
Yeah, it's looking a little better. You know, we haven't had very many runs since the rule changes, and so I was fortunate to get down there. A tough character in Doug, who I was racing, but they're all tough at the Winter Nationals. So I think that 77 is a pretty good run in the heat of the day without making any mistakes. So hopefully we can go on, and we're fortunate we'll win the next round and get in the final. Thank you.
Ironically, that 77 matched his nephew's 77 from the opening round. The difference between them, Bucky's going on. Gasparelli's another great family operation. Dad Louie raced this race car here, won the Winter Nationals back in '86 and again in '93, and also had a violent crash here. So they've had some highs and some lows right here at this racetrack. Good matchup with Ed Marks. As you take a look at the Prisons Unlimited machine, Marks with his crew chief, Fred Trimmer. They got all the great stuff. Here's a guy that sells Kenworth trucks for a living. And right now, he'd like to run over that Gasparelli team. Gasparelli won the finals here.
And I want to emphasize one thing. It's Prisms Unlimited, not Prisons Unlimited.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
If we say that too quickly, it sounds like they're running jails. No, they're not. Gasparelli, near lane. Marks in the far. Free stage here. Looks like we're ready to go. Marks had the reaction time, and he wins it when running a 5:82 to the quicker but losing 5:81.
They have now advanced to the semifinals for the 3rd time in their career. They have never won one of these things. 82, 43 the speed. Pretty good numbers, and I'm not sure if the problems we saw for the red car during the burnout came into play right here. He did have an awful lot of tire shake off the starting line. Steve Gasparelli never had a chance in that one.
Take one more look at it. Coming right underneath you.
Whether it was the tire shake or any of the other problems from the starting line, Gasparelli actually was quicker on the track, but we know you got to get out of the gate first, and Ed Marks actually stole one right there.
And our final pair in a funny car here in the 2nd round. John Hyland in the near lane. Brett Williamson over in the far lane. Hyland, the number 4 qualifier at 5.76 seconds. Let's go to the far end and catch up with Dave Reef.
Well, as Ed Marks takes his helmet off, it's my pleasure to tell him you did your job on the tree, and you outran him.
Unbelievable. I mean, Lou Gasparelli, one of the toughest Division 7 cars out here. This is a pleasure to be here for me. Let me tell you, I know I'm new to the camera. I'm new to all you guys, but this has been my heart and soul drag racing ever since I've been real little, and this is a dream come true for me. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Western Stabilization, Ashley Jeffrey, my parents, C.L. Bryant, my crew, Fred Shermer's got this thing run like a Swiss watch. The heads have not been off all weekend.
Another excited guy, no doubt.
Oh, there's the kiss. And he was stunned in the opening round. Great win for the Minor brothers.
That's Ed Marks. And over in the right lane, it's Lauren Jones. Our next pair in funny car competition here.
Point of fact right here, Marty, neither of these drivers are expected to advance past the 1st round. Jones had the top qualifier, Brett Williamson, but Brett had all kinds of problems in the opening stanza. And Ed Marks had Mert Littlefield, one of the just great veterans in the first stanza. Marks had qualified well. And Mert had that great rep coming into this thing, but that guy right there, Ed Marks, did what he had to do and ran a marvelous run at 5:82. This is a very good race car. Shows up at a couple of the West Coast races. Has always been a big speed runner and everything like this. If you're even up with him at half track, you're in big trouble.
Well, show you how good that 582 was. His best qualifying run was a 591.
You got to like the team right here as they spray the injectors to keep them from freezing over, make sure that they open up. Here in Las Vegas, here's a guy whose car is called Dash for Cash. He could be the most popular guy in the ballpark this weekend.
His home is Albuquerque, New Mexico, but you're right, it would play very well here in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Slowly creeping into the beams. Not even close. Ed Marks with another 582, 245. Let's go to the far end with Larry Minor, Dave Reef.
And a very happy.
And Dave Reef is with Ed Marks.
Well, Ed may have given up lane choice, Marty, but he's gained a whole lot more here this weekend, haven't you?
Dave, I appreciate it. This is an unbelievable experience. I've got new sponsors this weekend, Martin Jacoby and Enterprises, Bilstein R2000 Engine Flush. This is Las Vegas. This is a sunny day. We're happy. We're going to the final. Well, semis, but final.
He's been practicing that one, I think.
Yeah, he got the sponsors right. He just got the round wrong.
Yeah, that's it. Well, if he's fortunate, he'll get to do that again next round.
Improved version. You can see it'll be Minor with the lane choice and Bucky with the lane choice over Pat.
Looks like a high-priced law firm. Austin, Minor, and Marks. Operators are standing by.
And on the dragster ladder, Jones, Henches, Henkelman, and Bernstein. And Henches and Bernstein have the lane choice there. We've got to take a commercial break. Stay with us. That's the view all the way downtown from here at the Strip. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Nationals here at the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Getting ready for semifinal action now in floppers.
Just a great shot. I love the clouds in the back. You couldn't ask for a better day to go drag racing. Larry Minor, top 10 finisher last year. Taking this guy, Ed Marks. Fred Shermer is crew chief. This is as far as this team's gotten in a long while.
Let's go to Dave Reef.
Well, Marty, I tell you, if there's a new guy in a new class, one thing you think he might be susceptible at it. Tree. I mean, after all, you stomp the pedal, the car's going to do what the car's going to do. But Brandon Bernstein has been tearing it down, and that's the reason why he is making his first final round appearance here in Las Vegas. Aside, his father had a lot of success 1 year ago, winning his first ever Top Fuel race. And when this helmet comes off, I guarantee there's going to be a supercharged Brandon Bernstein going to his first final.
Man, that's awesome. These guys, Jerry, the guys are doing great. I mean, excellent job. Budweiser, Mac Tools, La Paz. Oh, man, downtown Harley, these guys are doing great. We're doing good. We're having
lane choice hasn't meant anything to you because you kill them on a tree.
Yeah, well, we're trying. We're trying. That's the name of the game is to, be your best up there, and I'm trying the best I can. So
maybe on his way to #1. Looks pretty good so far.
In winning interviews 101, Brandon Bernstein probably gets a B. He's very good at plugging the sponsors, very good at sounding enthusiastic. Little sluggish in that removing helmet. He's got to work on that.
Well, here's a couple of guys who would like to work on removing the helmet in victory. Ed Marks over in the right lane, Larry Minor in the left lane.
Marks has some nice new sponsorship on this race car, as you mentioned in the earlier round. Pete Fleming, Fred Shermer, the guys work on it. It's almost like a crew chief by committee. The Minor brother family, as strong a race car as there is on the Western Coast. You don't make a top 10 finish by just getting lucky. And if they're even with you at half track, this baby can really run in high gear, as we saw in that second round when he chased down his competition to win it.
Minor ran a 580 at 249. Marks ran a 582. Could be a good one. Close to the line, a 584 at 247, and Larry Minor punches out Ed Marks with his 589.
He almost did punch him out. How about that? He got out of the starting gate first, talking about Minor just by a little bit. Now you'll watch him. We've seen that tire shake during the course of the day. He's going to make a strong move over toward the center of the racetrack. Now remember, if you come over and go over the center line here, look out. you can be disqualified. We saw that on our last race. And Minor straightened it out. See if those tires really shake like we see for. Yep, right there. Unbelievable. And then he's got to try to bring it back in. It'll make a hard move coming right at you. The cameraman running for cover because he's a smart guy.
And did you notice Ed Marks also moved? He could see it coming out of the corner of his eye, and he had to slide it over.
Ooh, man.
It get my attention, I guarantee
that
you.
scares me.
Now I got another prediction for you.
Don't tell me.